adorable checkered pattern. This video took a little longer than expected. I don't know who I was kidding, thinking that I could record and edit this video in 2 to 3 days. But I am the queen of setting unreachable expectations for myself. So, yeah. Sorry this video is late, but it's here now. Welcome, hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Eliana. I make things and I skateboard sometimes. And today, I will be sewing 3 pieces. In the video I say 2, but it's actually 3. I will be sewing 3 pieces for myself to wear because I went to the mall a few days ago and I couldn't find anything to wear, to buy for the summer. And I was so frustrated. Like how could a 16-year-old with no sewing or fashion experience do better than H&M? This is just embarrassing. But yeah, I went to the mall, nothing. All of the pants were see-through. Literally, the fabrics that they used were see-through. I'm going to the mall right now to prove my point. What is the reason? I don't want anyone to see my underpants. Anyway, yeah. And I also wanted to make some cute tops because I like cute tops. Like, what? I'm just a girl. I love clothes. I love buying clothes. I don't actually love buying clothes. I love wearing clothes. I hope you love wearing clothes. I would be concerned if you didn't. But I like clothes a lot. I like fashion. I think that's very cool and such a cool way to express yourself. So this week I will be making my own clothes for the summer. And I will take you along with me. This is in no way a tutorial, by the way. I'm not qualified to give a tutorial just yet. If you want me to, I could, but there's lots of people on this app that could do it way better than me. I'm also very bad at explaining things, so yeah. Take everything I say in this video with a grain of salt. This is all just my opinion. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this video and feel a little inspired to make your own whimsical outfits this summer. So I just got back from the all-purpose store because there's no fabric store in my area, so I just come here. And I scored so hard. I was originally planning on making only 2 things, a shirt, a top, and a bottom, but I just found the cutest fabric ever, so I had to indulge. You know, I had to indulge. So the first fabric that I got is this adorable checkered pattern fabric that is so cute. And then I absolutely scored with these little Pinterest fabrics. This one, floral, so beautiful. And then I found almost the same thing in yellow. I will actually be making 3 things and not 2 because I found the cutest things ever. I don't even know how I found these things. They just turned out, it was so perfect. It was like the stars were aligned. And I was meant to find these. Oh, and I found this cute little lace. I forgot about that. So, yes, I'm gonna start now. That day I also decided to make the plans. I wanted to make, with the flower fabrics, I wanted to make 2 peplum toques, one with the V pattern and the other one with a regular waistline. I wanted to experiment with how much ruffle it would have, and I'm pretty happy with how it came out. For the overalls, I came up with this weird lace design where it's asymmetrical. I ended up not going with that, as you'll see in the video, and it ends up looking kind of different from the original design. Today I drafted the pattern, which ended up being completely useless, and I didn't even use it. But it doesn't matter. I just traced an old peplum top that I made and as best I could with some seam allowance, but I ended up adding too much seam allowance and not taking in the fact that these fabrics are completely different. So they just ended up being this pattern just ended up being completely useless, and I didn't even use it. I also did this pattern twice, so that's like 2 hours of my life I'm never gonna get back. But it was pretty relaxing tracing it out. Just sad that it was not helpful for me to have a pattern, even though usually it is very helpful. This process was really frustrating that I couldn't even use the pattern because I did it wrong twice. But yeah, I'll get over it eventually. I'm at day 4 and actually starting. This is because I unexpectedly had to go over to my grandma's house to do yard work. It's as fun as it sounds. It was not fun. But my cousins were also there, and they graciously helped me record and hold the fabric while I was doing this. They were so nice and so supportive of me. I really love them. Anyway, since I traced this off the pattern and I did it wrong, I had to fidget with it a lot to get it to actually fit me, which I didn't film because I didn't think you would want to see me getting frustrated over it. I pinned them all together after, and I sewed in the ruff, and this is how it looked when it actually fit me right. A satisfying moment. I love ripping fabric. It's so satisfying. But this was for the ruffle, and I was kind of disappointed that I didn't have enough material to make the ruffle a bit more rufflier. I don't know, to make it more rufflier, but I just worked with what I got. It wasn't very twirly, which I'll know for the future. And I did this in a day. I'm really shocked.
Hello guys!
Today I made the overalls, which actually went way better because I actually had a pattern from a tutorial that I watched. Yeah, I'll link the tutorial here. She's really good. She was really good at explaining things. Anyway, since I actually had a pattern and I actually had somewhat of an idea of what I was doing, this came out way smoother, if a bit more time consuming, because making a top is not as time consuming as making an overall. But it was really fun. It was a good vibe because I was also with my cousins here. We just had a sleepover. That's why I'm wearing the shirt, because I wanted it to be a surprise, but then I didn't have anything to wear but that shirt that I just made. So sad. I know. I wanted it to be a surprise. I really did. But it's fine. I sewed the pieces together. I was very happy with it. And yeah, it was going smoothly. I think this took me about 4 hours. This was the pattern, how it looked without the waistband. And then I added the waistband, which is probably the best it's ever looked. I really am happy with that. And I also added a pocket for the top bit of the overall, even though you can't even see it. I don't know why I did that. I made the straps to be tied in a bow because I think bows are cute and I'm lazy to sew in buttons. And I flipped them all inside out, which is very satisfying. The vibes were really fun that day because everyone was just sitting around watching me sew and just having conversations with each other about random stuff. My sister was doing her nails, my cousins were chatting to me, and yeah. I'm pretty happy with how it came out. Today was the last day. I wanted it to be over. I never wanted to see another sewing machine again. And I started off really strong with cutting the pattern wrong. fantastic. I ended up fixing my mistake with a bias tape that I made out of ribbon, which is my first ever time sewing bias tape. I'm sure there were way better ways to sew this than what I did that would have probably looked cleaner. If anyone knows what they're doing, feel free to give me tips in the comments. But I was pretty happy that it actually looked good. So I just kept going. And I think this one's actually my favorite, even though I messed up so hard. I think most of the problem was just that I was tired and I didn't want to do this anymore. I was also singing while I was doing this. How I could sing and sew at the same time is beyond me. Multitasking, I guess. But yeah, I was also having a jamming session while I was doing this, which is pretty fun. I see a song of past romance. I see the sacrifice of man. I did end up finishing this pattern and being really happy with how it came out. I'm so thankful and so proud of myself that I could do this in such a short time, even though it took way longer than I expected. And I did have a good time, even though I was really tired. I wouldn't do this again though. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. It really means the world to me that you're tuning in to watch me sew, and I'm sure I'll see you all very soon. Bye!